Hello my dear students, once again welcome back for chemistry class. Today I would like to explain you chemical properties of water from chapter 8, that is from water. For this you can refer to page number 139 and 140 in your textbook. Before I start this, I would like to explain you activity series of metals. Activity series of metals is a list of metals which are arranged in the decreasing order of their reactivity. The metal which is highly reactive, it is placed at the top of this metal series, and the metal which is less reactive, it is placed at the bottom of this series. Potassium is the highly reactive metal, that is why it is placed at the top of this series, and platinum is the least reactive metal and it is placed at the bottom of this series. Sodium is less reactive than potassium, calcium is less reactive than sodium, magnesium is less reactive than calcium, aluminium is less reactive than magnesium, and so on. Here the metals which are above hydrogen in the activity series, except lead, these metals they react with water, and the metals which are below hydrogen in the activity series, they do not react with water. Here potassium, sodium and calcium, these three metals they react with cold water. Here the reaction of potassium and sodium with cold water is highly exothermic, and the reaction of calcium with cold water is controllable. Below calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, they react with steam. However, this magnesium reacts with boiling water, but this reaction is slow. Now, let's move on to today's topic, chemical properties of water. Action of water on metals. It means that the reaction of water with metals. Here, potassium, when it reacts with cold water, hydrogen gas is evolved and it produces its hydroxide, that is potassium hydroxide, KOH. The valency of potassium is 1, hydroxide is 1. On interchanging their valency, so the molecular formula of potassium hydroxide is KOH. Similarly, when calcium reacts with cold water, hydrogen gas is evolved and its hydroxide is formed, that is calcium hydroxide, CaOH oxide 2. The valency of calcium is 2, hydroxide is 1. On interchanging their valency, so the molecular formula of calcium hydroxide is CaOH oxide 2. And below calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, they react with steam. When they react with steam, they form their oxide and hydrogen gases evolve. As you can see here, steam, when it is passed through the heated iron, it produces its oxide, that is triferric tetraoxide, Fe3O4, and hydrogen gases evolve. Now number 2 here, action of water on nonmetals. It means that the reaction of water with nonmetals. Here, reaction with carbon. When superheated steam is passed through the red hot coke, here it produces water gas. Water gas is a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Now next, the reaction of water with chlorine. When chlorine gas is passed through the water, it produces hydrochloric acid and hypochlorous acid. Now next, your number 3, action of water on metallic oxide. There are some metallic oxide which are soluble in water. When they dissolve in water, they produce their hydroxide. Here potassium oxide is soluble in water. The valency of potassium is 1, oxide is 2. On interchanging their valency, so the molecular formula of potassium oxide is K2O. When it dissolves in water, it produces its hydroxide, that is potassium hydroxide, KOH. Both the valency of potassium and hydroxide is 1. On interchanging their valency, so the molecular formula of potassium hydroxide is KOH. Here calcium oxide, when it dissolves in water, it produces this calcium hydroxide. Here the valency of calcium and oxide is 2. On interchanging their valency, 2 cancel. So the molecular formula of calcium oxide is CaO. When it dissolves in water, it produces calcium hydroxide. CaOH outside 2. The valency of calcium is 2, hydroxide is 1. On interchanging their valency, so the molecular formula of calcium hydroxide is CaOH outside 2. And there are some non-metallic oxide or acidic oxide, or they are also known as acidic anhydride. Now what are acidic anhydride? These are the oxide of non-metal or acidic oxide which when dissolved in water they produce their acid. As you can see here, action of water on non-metallic oxide or acidic oxide, or you can say acidic anhydride. When they dissolve in water, they produce their acid, corresponding acid. As you can see here, sulfur dioxide is soluble in water. When it dissolves in water, it produces sulfurous acid, H2SO3. Similarly, carbon dioxide, when it dissolves in water, it produces carbonic acid, H2CO3. And phosphorus pentoxide, P2O5. When it dissolves in water, it produces phosphoric acid, H3PO4. Dear children, here we have come to the end of today's online class. Thank you very much.